एलाइल अल्कोहल मीन्स कार्बन जो कि sp3 हाइब्रिडाइज्ड है, that is connected with the sp2 hybridized carbon, right? तो अभी क्या करना है, इसको कन्वर्ट करना है प्रोपिनेल. नेल मीन्स OH ग्रुप कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. See, they have written propineal. Propineal means must be a like allylic alcohol must be a 3 carbon membering group. So it's going to be like this. Instead of methyl group, there must be a hydrogen. This propene, name of this compound is propanol. Prop 2 in 1 all. इससे प्रोपिनेल बनाना है. How can you do that? See, if you use 1 degree alcohol, so we need a mild oxidizing agent like PCC. That will be converted into CH2. CH remain as it is, and CH2 which is converting into aldehyde group. Next, but2 into ethanol. So I'll show you the structure and the reaction again. Everyone, you try yourself. See, but2 in. So CH3, CH, double bond CH, and CH3. This is but2 in. आपको बनाना है इससे butanol. Sorry, ethanol. Ethanol means CH3, CHO. How can you make it? Anyone, can you tell me the reagent? Ayushmita, can you tell me the reagent? Which reaction can break this bond and introduce oxygen? Yes, louder.
PCC.
No, PCC can oxidize. इसका मतलब आप लोगों ने रिवाइज नहीं किया. देखो, PCC क्या होगा? PCC हमेशा अल्कोहल ग्रुप को एल्डिहाइड बनाता है. It's not alcohol, it's merely alkene. Ankita, can you tell me?
From hydrocarbon reaction.
Yes, from hydrocarbon. So कौन सा reagent होगा? Which reagent? Ozone. Because I told you in the last reaction, if you could remember, ozone, this bond is going to break, and isme it will be attached with oxygen, followed by hydrolysis in presence of zinc. This will give us aldehydes. में क्या हो जाता है? Double bond is getting broken, and double bond में oxygen introduced. So these are the thing you have to practice. Okay. Anyway, Khushi, could you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
बेटा आपने होमवर्क नहीं भेजा?
मैम मैंने कर लिया पर.
अच्छा, भेजोगे? हम होमवर्क डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे क्लास में, हम भेजेंगे आप लोग, ठीक है? एंड नेक्स्ट क्लास हम जितना डिस्कस करेंगे, हम क्विज टेस्ट जैसे लेते थे, क्विज का टेस्ट. Okay. Now, in text question, this one, all the reactions were discussed in the class, previous class, of course. So I'll write in the group also what are the homework you're supposed to do and send. हम इंडिविजुअल चेक करेंगे, ठीक है? तो ये वाला आप लोग कंप्लीट करके all the reactions were discussed. जैसे मैं याद दिला देती हूँ आप लोगों को. This is Friedel-Crafts alkylation. नहीं, Rosenman reaction, sorry. This one cadmium वाला reaction, sir. This is reactions of alkyne with water. This way water is missing, water is also present. And this is Stephen reaction. Sorry, Itard reaction. तो सारे के सारे रिएक्शन किया हुआ है. आप लोग आंसर लिख के मुझे भेजेंगे. हाँ, कोई कंफ्यूजन होगा ऑफ कोर्स यू कैन आस्क मी, ठीक है? मतलब उसमें आप खाली छोड़ दोगे, हम फिल अप कर देंगे, एंड डाउट होगा तो क्लास में आई डिस्कस, बट नॉट द क्लास इटसेल्फ. आप लोगों को अभी करना होगा. Today I'll start with the physical properties. देखो, फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज में हम लोग तीन ही चीज डिस्कस करते हैं. एक मेल्टिंग पॉइंट, बॉइलिंग पॉइंट, सॉल्युबिलिटी, डेंसिटी, ठीक है? तो बॉइलिंग पॉइंट क्या होगा? ऑब्वियसली बॉइलिंग पॉइंट किसके साथ हम कंपेयर करेंगे? हाइड्रोकार्बन के साथ. Now hydrocarbon, say for example, if I'm talking about butane, check here. They have given already butane, methoxy, ethane, almost comparable molecular masses they have taken. So उसमें देखिए propanal, aldehyde, acetone, ketone. So hydrocarbon 273, ether 281. उसके कंपैरिजन में प्रोपानल एंड एसीटोन का ज्यादा है बिकॉज दे आर पोलर इन नेचर. प्रोपान 1 मोल सबसे ज्यादा है क्योंकि अल्कोहल में इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग होता है. मॉलिक्यूल्स आर अटैच विद ईच अदर टाइटली, जो कि कीटोन या एल्डिहाइड में नहीं होता है बिकॉज कीटोन का स्ट्रक्चर देखो, हाइड्रोजन्स आर नॉट अटैच विद द फोन सिस्टम. मींस फ्लोरीन, ऑक्सीजन एंड नाइट्रोजन के साथ अगर हाइड्रोजन अटैच होता है then it is capable of making hydrogen bonding. I'll repeat again. If hydrogen is attached with F, that is hydrogen fluoride, water or NH3, then it's capable of forming hydrogen bonding. देखिए यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन कार्बन के साथ है. So it is unable to form hydrogen bonding. If I'm talking about propanal, the hydrogen is attached with carbon, so they are not capable to form hydrogen bonding. But alcohol, propan 1 में देखिए, यहाँ पे this hydrogen is capable of forming hydrogen bonding, इसलिए boiling point सबसे ज्यादा है, right? So compared to alcohol, they have lower melting, lower boiling point, but compared to hydrocarbon ether, they have a higher boiling point because of more polar nature. Okay, so it is due to weak molecular association in aldehyde and ketones arising out of the dipole double interactions. Their boiling point is lower than those of alcohols of similar molecular mass due to the absence of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, जो हम लोगों ने discuss किया. And boiling point ketones are higher than hydrocarbons and ethers compared to the molecular masses because of their comparatively stronger intermolecular force. Next comes solubility. Obviously, see, they have oxygen, which can make hydrogen bonding with hydrogen. So that means they are soluble in water. But please remember, only the lower members of aldehyde and ketones are soluble because this is a weak force of attraction. It's not very strong, right? So because of this weak force of attraction, only the lower moleculars are soluble and the bigger ones are insoluble because hydrophobic part is going to be much heavier in this force of attraction. This type of questions are very common. Aldehyde दिया गया, alcohol दिया गया, ether दिया गया, hydrocarbon. You have to arrange increasing order. So by now it's known, सबसे कम होगा हाइड्रोकार्बन का, फिर इथर का, फिर एल्डिहाइड, फिर अल्कोहल का. Okay? So this type of questions are very, very common. In next question, ये भी आप लोग का homework है. So I'll write in the group. Everyone you are going to do yourself and send me the homework. Please be active a little bit. Next, we'll start with the chemical properties of aldehyde and ketones. For that, I would like to use whiteboard, and everyone please write down the basic things. The first thing, in carbonyl compounds, I'm not discussing separately for aldehyde and ketone. So this is the carbonyl compound, and because of the higher force of higher electronegativity, you know that oxygen preferred to, it has already 2 lone pair. It has a high tendency to attract the pi electrons towards itself because it is more electronegative. Right? Now you have to tell me, if it is aldehyde, means it is attached with hydrogen. And if it is ketone, it is attached with 2 alkyl group. You all have to tell me. Let's see. Khushi, you are going to tell me which carbonyl carbon do you think is more reactive? Aldehyde or ketone? Whatever you feel, you are going to tell me.
Which is more reactive?
More reactive. Aldehyde, carbonyl carbon of aldehyde or carbonyl carbon of ketone?
Ketone.
अच्छा क्यों कीटोन क्यों ज्यादा होगा?
Ma'am, I aldehyde because hydrogen is there and it will not attract more, I guess. I'm not sure.
नो प्रॉब्लम. सी देखो ऑल ऑफ यू. अच्छा ठीक है, एक बार परिश्मिता से पूछ लेते हैं. परिश्मिता, व्हिच वन डू यू थिंक?
हम कीटोन.
अच्छा आपको भी कीटोन लगता है, ठीक है. अंकिता, आपको क्या लगता है बेटा?
I'm aldehyde
अच्छा क्यों लगता है एल्डिहाइड? बोलो.
because large number group I mean to say due to steric reason.
अच्छा अंकिता सेड ड्यू टू स्टेरिक रीजन. स्टेरिक रीजन मतलब देखिए, आपको तो कोई भी कंपोनेंट कंबाइन होगा ना. Like if you have put a reagent, say for example, I'm putting HCl. HCl gets dissociated to give us H plus and Cl minus. अब देखिए Cn कहाँ पे आएगा? पॉजिटिव के पास. हाइड्रोजन कहाँ पे जाएगा? नेगेटिव के पास. फर्स्ट रिमेम्बर, आपको चेक करना है पॉजिटिव पार्ट और ज्यादा होने से Cn अट्रैक्ट होगा एंड ऑक्सीजन नेगेटिव होना चाहिए. अब देखिए एल्डिहाइड में क्या होता है? Aldehyde, this carbon is attached with only one alkyl group. So it is pushing the electron and therefore this electron is moving up. Okay? This positive charge is neutralized by only one alkyl group. So काफी positive है, so it will attract the negative part. And negative part भी easily आ सकता है क्योंकि यहाँ पे bulky groups are not present. कीटोन में देखिए a positive character is getting neutralized by both the alkyl groups. So इतना ज्यादा पॉजिटिव नहीं है. यह स्ट्रॉन्गली साइनाइड करेगा, ऐसा नहीं है, बिल्कुल नहीं करेगा, बट दिस कार्बन के जैसा नहीं करेगा, उतना पॉजिटिव नहीं है because its positive character is getting reduced due to the inductive effect of two alkyl. And not only that, Ankita has also said correctly, there are two bulky groups. So another bulky group आने में थोड़ा सा ज्यादा दिक्कत. Because of these two reasons, higher inductive effect, higher steric effect, ketone is less reactive than aldehyde. Is that clear, everyone? दो reason है. एक है steric hindrance, बड़ा बड़ा group है ketone में, and second is positive character of the carbonyl carbon is reduced due to higher inductive effect of alkyl group, जो कि aldehyde में कम है. Everyone clear? Shujan, Parishmita, Ayushmita, Monadeepa,
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
and Navadipa. Sorry, always I forget your name.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next thing is which type of reactions are common. So you could make out. देखिए कार्बन है, पॉजिटिव कैरेक्टर, so obviously it will attract nucleus loving species.
मैम क्योंकि वो स्टेरिक हिंड्रेंस है.
Steric hindrance and inductive effect. In ketone, steric hindrance is more as well as inductive effect is also more. Clear, Rupam?
यस मैम.
Okay. So next thing is which type of reactions are common. Please remember, nucleophilic addition reactions are common. A nucleophile will come and get attached with the carbonyl carbon atom. We'll discuss first few very common nucleophilic addition reaction for this. And remember, you are going to have the practical. In practical, we have a practical where we have to detect the presence of aldehyde group and ketone group in a given compound. Okay, हम लोग को detect करना है उसको. So through this reaction, we can do that. What are the like reactions which we have common? Number one, this is given in your book also. You'll write, you know, book में क्या है, आप लोगों को book बहुत अच्छा है. Inside the book is one of the best book. But यहाँ पे ना point wise discussion. So please write down. Addition of HCl. So HCl, children see, This get dissociate to give us H plus and Cl minus. If we have any aldehyde, say acetaldehyde, and HCl, तब क्या होगा? कार्बन के पास कौन सा जाएगा? कार्बोनिल कार्बन के पास you could make out cyanide part and oxygen के पास hydrogen. So addition product क्या होगा? OH, Cl and hydrogen. This compound is called acetaldehyde cyanohydrin. Acetaldehyde is the common name. उसके साथ cyanide group attach हुआ है, इसलिए acetaldehyde cyanohydrin. Similarly, if I take ketone, say propanol, exactly same, no? I hope all of you could make out OH and CN with the second carbon atom CH3. So name of this one is acetone cyanohydrin. I hope it's written, children. Next, addition of sodium bisulfite. This is a very, very important reaction. Remember, carbonyl compounds combine with sodium bisulfite to form crystalline addition compound. Crystalline addition compound. Please write down this one in your copy. The product will form. You are going to take generally aldehyde and ketones are liquid. And the carbonyl compound, like when you add the sodium bisulfite in this liquid, you will get a solid crystals. This reaction is used for detecting the carbonyl group in a given compound. It's a very, very important reaction. Please write down. Use to detect the presence of carbonyl group. Because see, if I give you this compound,
To detect the presence of
carbonyl group. See double bond O, carbon. This is carbonyl group, है ना? देखिए, जैसे this is butan 2. Sejal,
Yes, ma'am.
आप बोलिए तो ब्यूटान 2, अगर मैं आपको इफ आई गिव यू, आप क्या ये कार्बोनिल ग्रुप, ये वाला ग्रुप को आप डिटेक्ट कर पाओगे? देख के दिखाई देगा आपको सेपरेटली कार्बोनिल ग्रुप? दिखाई देगा? कभी नहीं देते। जैसे वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स, आपको ऐसा वाला स्ट्रक्चर आपको दिखाई देता है? कभी नहीं। मैंने बोला आपको अगर मैं ब्यूटान 2 एक बीकर में दे दिया, एक बीकर में मैंने आपको ब्यूटान 2 दे दिया,
हाँ.
तो इसमें आप ये वाला कार्बोनिल ग्रुप को देख पाओगे?
मैम नहीं।
अभी पॉसिबल नहीं है, क्योंकि एटम्स वगैरह तो दिखाई नहीं देता है, लाइक माइक्रोस्कोप में भी दिखाई नहीं देता है, दैट टू टाइम। तो आपने डिटेक्ट कैसे करोगे यहाँ पे कार्बोनिल ग्रुप है? तो आप क्या करोगे, aqueous solution of sodium bisulfite डालोगे। What you are adding? Aqueous solution of sodium bisulfite, and उसमें क्या देखोगे आप, छोटा छोटा क्रिस्टल आ रहा है। This formation of crystal indicate presence of a carbonyl group, क्योंकि सोडियम बाइसल्फाइड ऐसे डिसोसिएट हो जाता है, सोडियम एंड बाइसल्फाइड ग्रुप। एंड आप लोग को ऑलरेडी पता है रिएक्शन कैसे होगा। कार्बोनिल कार्बन इज पॉजिटिव, तो इसके पास कौन सा ग्रुप आएगा, नेगेटिव पार्ट, SO3H आएगा। ऑक्सीजन नेगेटिव, इसके पास कौन सा पार्ट आएगा, सोडियम। तो दिस फॉर्म्स व्हाइट क्रिस्टल। तो जब भी आपको क्रिस्टल मिलेगा, it indicates, अगर क्रिस्टलाइन फॉर्मेशन हो रहा है आफ्टर एडिशन, then you can indicate that यहाँ पे कार्बोनिल ग्रुप है। Is that clear everyone? Okay, आपको ये लगेगा क्वेश्चन कैसे आएगा? You are going to get a question like this. Write a chemical test to distinguish
Ma'am, scroll up.
between butanol and butanone। दोनों ही लिक्विड है। अब डिटेक्ट केमिकल टेस्ट में कैसे प्रूफ करोगे कि कौन सा ब्यूटान-टोन है? देखो, ब्यूटान-टोन में आप ये वाला एक्वस सॉल्यूशन ये डालोगे तो आपको व्हाइट क्रिस्टल मिलेगा। सबका क्लियर हुआ? गिव मी अ थम्स अप। तो ऑल ऑफ यू गिव मी अ थम्स अप। मैंने क्या बताया, ब्यूटान-टोन में इफ यू ऐड सोडियम बाइसल्फाइड, आपको ये वाला कंपोनेंट और क्या होगा, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ क्रिस्टल मिलेगा। प्रेम, इज इट क्लियर? तन्मय, रूपम क्लियर? अंकिता?
मैम और एक बार बोलबा?
Butanone, if I add this sodium bisulfate, what will happen? White crystal will form due to this reaction.
Yes, ma'am.
But if I take butanol का structure क्या है? CH3, CHOH, CH2, CH3. Does it have a carbonyl group?
No, ma'am.
Will it react with aqueous solution of sodium bisulfite?
No, ma'am.
So no. नो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑब्जर्वेशन जो आपको एक्सपेक्टेड है क्रिस्टल होना चाहिए, यहाँ पे नहीं होगा, यहाँ पे फॉर्म होगा। सो दिस रिएक्शन कैन डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन दिस एंड नो। इस टाइप का मिनिमम 2 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन यू आर गोइंग टू गेट श्योरली। आएगा ही आएगा। 2 कंपाउंड दिया होगा, केमिकल टेस्ट लिखो जिसमें आप डिटेक्ट कर पाओ। तो इसीलिए ये वाला रिएक्शंस आपको याद करना है। That carbonyl group, I'll write the general equation. I'm writing the general equation. Carbonyl group, sodium bisulfite. क्या होगा? ये साइड चेन का कोई भी चेंजेस नहीं, ये वाला जो सिग्मा बॉन्ड कोई चेंज नहीं है। ऑक्सीजन के साथ आ जाएगा सोडियम एंड कार्बन के साथ आ जाएगा SO3H। This comes out as white, एकदम सॉल्ट जैसा होगा, crystalline। So this is a very important reaction for detecting the carbonyl group in a given compound. अभी clear हुआ सबका? Next, another nucleophilic reaction is very, very important. That is reaction with alcohol. Now, everyone, all of you check again. If you have a carbonyl compound, alcohol may, you know that carbon is slightly positive, oxygen is slightly negative. So how this reaction will take place? Negative oxygen is going to combine with this carbon, oxygen is going to be negative. So side chain remain as it is. Side chain remain as it is. Abhi, oxygen sigma bond got broken, oxygen is now negative, and यहाँ पे oxygen got attached, यहाँ पे alkyl group है and hydrogen है. Since oxygen is got attached, it is positive. And all of you know that this structure is not possible. Obviously, negative oxygen will take away the proton and oxygen is going to be neutral. So next step, what will happen? Next step में this side chain remain as it is and changes क्या क्या हुआ? Oxygen is attached with hydrogen and this was attached with the alkoxy group. And this is known as hemiacetal. This compound is called hemiacetal. What does it mean? Hemiacetal means carbonyl carbon is attached with one alkoxy group. Okay, now let's see how many of you can answer. Let me ask to Ayushmit, Shujan. Shujan, carbonyl carbon is slightly positive, oxygen is slightly negative. है ना?
Yes, sir.
That is there is a negative part got attached.
Yes, sir.
Reaction के बाद जो carbon है, this is more positive or less positive than carbonyl carbon? My question is more positive because everyone see what is my question. This carbonyl carbon is slightly positive. Why it is slightly positive? Because of it is attached with one oxygen atom. But reaction के बाद देखिए carbon is attached with two oxygen atom ना. अभी तो ये ज़्यादा positive हो गया. That is the reason hemiacetal generally could not stop the reaction if there is more alcohol. In that case, it will react further. How it will react further? If there is alcoholic group again, see alcohol के पास बहुत oxygen है, carbon काफी positive है, so it will further attack this carbon and OH bond is going to break. And what we are going to get then? The side chain में कोई changes नहीं है. The changes is taking place only in carbonyl carbon atom. So OR also I'm writing with blank because कोई भी changes नहीं है. And the new thing which was introduced, that is another alcoholic group. Right? Now OH group got broken now. How it has come out? OH minus. So this OH minus will take away the proton to give us a compound which is called acetal. Acetal means there is two alkoxy group, that is carbonyl carbon and previous alkyl group remains same. And there is a new alkyl group introduced. This is called acetal. So see the difference, hemiacetal, one alkoxy group, acetal, there are two alkoxy. I hope it's clear, everyone. Quickly, I'll show you the book now. The reactivity, all those things we have discussed. Children, please read line by line to clear your concept. So first, HCN. देखिए HCN का reactions हो गया हम लोग का formation of cyanohydrin. We have discussed already. Reaction of sodium bisulfite. They did not write the side chain because side chain का कोई changes नहीं है. So crystalline compound you are going to get, and then Grignard reagent. Obviously, please remember one thing: alcohol get dissociated in presence of an acidic component HCl gas. So first formation of hemiacetal, reaction cannot stop. It will form the acetal. This is a very, very important reaction. Number of times this is asked in CBSE. Agar you have a dialcohol, in that case, you are going to get a ring compound because both the OH group is reacting to combine with this carbonyl compound to form a ring structure. So that's why this is a very, very important reaction. This is all about the addition reaction. Now, this is another very, very important reaction. Very important reaction. I can tell you 100% you are going to get one question from this part. Addition of ammonia and its derivative. What does it mean, ammonia derivative? See, children. This is ammonia gas. One of the hydrogen, if it is replaced by different group, what are the groups? It can be alkyl group, aryl group, it can be OH, NH2. These are the group. If these are the group are present, we get different compound. For example, agar hydrogen got replaced by OH, we call it hydroxyl amine. I'll show you. See, they have written ammonia with a Z. Z, if it is hydrogen, we call it ammonia. NH3. If it is OH, as I told you, hydroxyl amine. If it is R, amine compound. NH2 attached with another NH2, we call it hydrazine. All of you, I hope I am clear to you or to you all. समझ में आ रहा है ना? सेजल, प्रेम, मोनोदीपा.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, Navadीpa. What does it mean? देखिए एक हाइड्रोजन को, this hydrogen got replaced by different. What are the groups? As I told you, it can be a alcohol group. Alcohol group होने से क्या हो गया नाम? Hydroxyl amine. अगर ये hydrogen itself, then it is ammonia. अगर ये हो गया मानो alkyl group CH3, then it is called methylamine. If ammonia ka one of the hydrogen got replaced by another NH2 part, then it is called hydrazine. Similarly, if it is replaced by NH with a benzene group, phenyl hydrazine. देखिए ये तो हाइड्रोजन है ना, हाइड्रोजन में एक फिनाइल ग्रुप इंट्रोड्यूस किया, फिनाइल हाइड्रोजन. फिनाइल ग्रुप में नाइट्रो है, 2,4 डाइनाइट्रोफिनाइल हाइड्रोजन. बहुत डिफिकल्ट नहीं है याद करना. दोनों नाइट्रो ग्रुप में आप कहां पे इंट्रोड्यूस किया? विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू अमोनिया, सेकंड पोजीशन एंड फोर्थ पोजीशन में. So 2,4 डाइनाइट्रोफिनाइल हाइड्रोजन. अगर इट इज रिप्लेस्ड बाय अमाइड ग्रुप, तो ये हो गया सेमी कार्बाजाइट, अमाइड, सेमी कार्बाजाइट. So these are the structure and the compound you have to remember. After reaction with the carbonyl compound, what are the compounds is forming? Imine, CPase, oxime, the product which will form. How the product will form, now we are going to discuss. It's very easy to remember. Okay, agar you have a carbonyl group, if you have a reaction with ammonia, ammonia and its derivative. देखिए, this is the carbonyl group. ये reaction याद करना बहुत easy है. आपको क्या करना है? Let me write ammonia like this. 2 hydrogen मैंने लिखा. फिर it's left out with 1 hydrogen. What will happen? This part will come out by forming water. And so we are left out with, we're left out with double bond. है ना? This compound is called imine. अगर hydrogen है तो. And how do we represent its derivative? It. Or we can write like this way. It's better to write like this. H2NZ. Z is the part which is attached instead of this hydrogen. So for example, you have carbonyl group and hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine means ammonia के साथ OH group is there. Hydroxylamine. So आपका ये वाला portion नहीं है. So you're left out with nitrogen and इसके साथ OH. This is called oxime. Name of this compound is oxime. So I hope by now you could understand that what is happening here then. See, this Z and nitrogen remain as it is, hydrogen and oxygen is forming water. Right? So this name you have to remember actually. Kab imine milega, kab oxygen milega. If it is hydrazine, hydrazone. Phenyl hydrazine, phenyl hydrazine. Okay, let me tell you, this has a very common name. 2,4-DNP. This is called 2,4-DNP. It's orange color liquid. This orange color liquid, when react with carbonyl compound, it form crystal of 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone. Orange color crystal मिलता है. Semi-carbazide से semi-carbazone. Okay. So now from this portion, you are going to get number of reactions which are very, very important and you are going to solve right now. See, this reaction, 12.5. Already I make you understand how to do it.
Ma'am, last reaction तक तो देखा था.
The one which I have written on the whiteboard. This one you are talking about
Yes,
or in the
ma'am.
book?
Ma'am, whiteboard.
This one? सिर्फ आपको एक ही चीज याद रखना है, जो अमोनिया में और कोई भी अमोनिया डेरिवेटिव में H2 पोर्शन है, ये निकल जाएगा विथ कार्बोनिल ऑक्सीजन और बाकी कार्बन के साथ हाइड्रोजन के साथ जो रेस्ट पार्ट है, रेस्ट पार्ट मतलब ये हाइड्रोजन हो सकता है, OH ग्रुप जो भी होगा वो अटैच रहेगा. सो सी डबल बॉन्ड NZ. बस इतना ही आपको याद है. Now all of you are going to solve it yourself. Rupam, done? Rupam?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. अभी ये करोगे आप, खुद से ट्राई करोगे. ये 4 reactions. I'm giving you 5 minutes time. 4 reactions के लिए 2 minutes each I'm giving you. So 8 minutes I'll give you. All of you quickly complete and send me in the WhatsApp. I'm giving, now it's 6 o'clock, 6:10 by 6:10. I want in my WhatsApp. Okay. Done. खुशी भेजा, अंकिता भेजा. Correct. Very good. Number 3, Nima. Very good. Ankita, very good. Khushi. Very good, Khushi. See, last वाला actually आपका फोटो ना हेजी है. लास्ट वाला में डबल बॉन्ड है या सिंगल बॉन्ड है? See?
मैम सिंगल ही है, डबल होगा.
अच्छा, तो आपका मिस्टेक समझ में आ गया तो?
यस मैम.
बाकी 10 मिनट्स एकदम 1 मिनट बाकी है इससे. नवदीपा হচ্ছে না? नवदीपा, सुजन, तेजल, रूपम, सिर्फ 2 बच्चे का मिला मुझे. हाँ, आयुष्मिता, आरेकবার বল रूपम. रूपम কিছু বললি?
ম্যাম আমি বলছি ম্যাম পাঠাচ্ছি
আচ্ছা. আচ্ছা, আयुष्मिता, correct. Aishmita, you have done 2, both are correct.
ম্যাম 3 নম্বরটা শুধু হয়নি.
আচ্ছা, okay. See, children, already I told you, see the reaction. If you are having doubts, like children who are unable to do, or the third number is a little difficult, you are finding out. See, I'll show you once again how to do it. I'll do one, rest you have to do yourself. The reactions way, what you have to do. Again, I'm showing you. ये जो हाइड्रोजन is there, हाइड्रोजन को आपको ऑक्सीजन के साथ रिमूव करना है. Z will remain as it is, है ना? Yes, Shujan, you have sent it already. Parishmita also. Now you all check whether you have done correctly or not. Okay. ये जो हाइड्रोजन एंड कार्बोनिल कार्बन है उसको रिमूव करना है. बाकी पोर्शन इज बी एडेड. आप देखो क्या क्या. एंड अनदर थिंग, सेमी कार्बोजाइड में देयर आर 2 हाइड्रोजन, है ना? How is the structure of semi-carbazide? This is little important. You have NH2, NH, C double bond O. This one you have done very nicely. Now the question is which hydrogen to be removed, because यहाँ पे 2 हाइड्रोजन है ना? देखिए जो कार्बोनिल कार्बन के साथ अटैच है वो इन्वॉल्व इन रेजोनेंस. सो ये वाला पार्ट कभी भी डिसोसिएट नहीं होगा इजीली. सो व्हिच वन इज लेफ्ट? हाइड्रोजन which is far away from the carbonyl, वो वाला हाइड्रोजन रिमूव हो जाएगा. So I'll show you how to write the product now. If you are facing problem, children pay attention, because देखो ये तो common examples है. एग्जाम में ऐसे मिलेगा बिल्कुल नहीं है. क्या करना है? ये ऑक्सीजन एंड हाइड्रोजन को रिमूव करवाना है. तो लेफ्ट आउट क्या हुआ? रिंग जैसा था ऐसा ही होगा, डबल बॉन्ड जैसा है ऐसा ही रहेगा, सिर्फ नाइट्रोजन होगा एंड उसके साथ OH is left out. And name of this compound is oxime Please try to remember the name also. Sometimes they ask the name, write the name of the product. Same thing again. आपका hydrogen and oxygen को remove करना है. So which part is left? Now a 6-membered ring, double bond, nitrogen क्योंकि hydrogen is being removed. So nitrogen left out है double bond के साथ. And बाकी ये part remain as it is. NH उसके साथ ring, यहाँ पे N2O, para position में N2O. So this is called 2-phenyl hydrazone. Here, as I told you, देखिए दो hydrogen है, which one to be removed? As I told you, the one which is far away. तो ये nitrogen double bond के साथ रहेगा. But double bond is not visible. So CHO को हम ऐसे लिख सकते हैं ना, bond C, double bond O and H. So double bond O will be removed with this hydrogen. With this hydrogen, the one I have circled. So which part is left out? R, CH, double bond CH, कोई changes नहीं है इस part में. फिर C and H remain as it is. Double bond किसके साथ? ये वाला nitrogen के साथ. ये nitrogen is attached with another NH group. है ना? That NH attached with C double bond O and NH2. Semi carbazone. Rupam,
मैम
Monodeepa,
3 नंबर तक एक बार बोलो तो.
number 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll show you once again. Parishmita, Shujan, did you get it correct? You all have sent it. I didn't get the time to check. You all tell me. Monodeepa, is it correct? Monodeepa, is it clear to you? Abhudeepa, Tejal, Prem,
Correct, ma'am.
Prem,
Yes,
clear
ma'am.
clear हो रहा है अभी?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm talking about this one. कौन सा hydrogen जाएगा? There are two hydrogen. Please remember the hydrogen far away from the carbonyl group. This hydrogen is far away from the carbonyl group. किसके साथ remove होगा? ये oxygen के साथ remove हो जाएगा. And which bond is going to form this nitrogen and carbon double bond? So जो portion है, that will remain as it is. कोई changes नहीं है. फिर ये CH ऑक्सीजन निकल गया, डबल बॉन्ड N होगा. N के साथ क्या अटैच है? NH, ये वाला पोर्शन अटैच है, इसको हम लिख देंगे. N के साथ NH, डबल बॉन्ड O, NH2. रूपम, क्लियर नाउ?
Yes, ma'am.
सेम थिंग, ये ऑक्सीजन के साथ नाइट्रोजन के साथ अटैच वाला हाइड्रोजन जाएगा. तो जैसे वैसे लिखो स्ट्रक्चर, कोई चेंज मत करो. CH3, सिर्फ याद रखना है हमेशा कार्बन के साथ डबल बॉन्ड. तो नाइट्रोजन लेफ्ट आउट, उसके साथ क्या अटैच है? CH2 CH3, बस हो गया. Done. So you need to identify the hydrogen which will be removed. That much. Oxygen के साथ उसको remove करो. Clear? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we are done with addition reaction. We have completed the addition reactions, nucleophilic addition reaction. This segment we have completed, nucleophilic addition reactions. We'll complete one more reaction and then we'll wind up. That is oxidation reaction. Please remember, aldehyde get oxidized to give us carboxylic acid. And ketone, ketone generally stable compound does not get oxidized, but under vigorous condition, it gets oxidized if you have a strong oxidizing agent and at very high temperature. How the reaction will take place? Children, remember that the double bond, the single bond around the carbonyl carbon atom is going to break to produce carboxylic acid. How is going to oxidize? Please remember, agar bond between, try to find out what I'm discussing now. If it is going to break the bond between 2 and 3, I'll write down and make you understand. It will be easy for you to follow the class. See, what did I say? Oxidation reaction. Aldehyde, I hope it's clear. Carboxylic acid. कीटोन में क्या होगा? We have this compound. Okay, so if I write the bond, if I take this as 1, 2, and let me take this as 3. If bond between 1, 2 is broken, what will happen? This segment will be attached with RCH2, C double bond O, and first carbon attached with OH. And this segment will convert into another carboxylic acid in which the carbon attached to the carbonyl carbon convert into COH group. That means you are left out with R prime and CH2, and the last carbon which is attached with carbonyl convert into carboxylic acid. Clear? So you are getting these two if bond between 1, 2 is broken. If it is between 1 and 3, if this bond is going to break, in that case, you are going to get 2 more acids. What are those acids? Now, this part, so same thing, R, the third carbon atom converted into CH2. And R prime, CH2, CH remain as it is, and the first carbon atom convert into carboxylic acid. So you are getting a mixture of 4 carboxylic acid. Clear? Which bond is going to break and what will happen with the carbonyl carbon? Everyone, give me a thumbs up if it is clear. Rupam, Shujan, hurry up. Monodeepa, don't be so lazy. आप लोग एक thumbs up भी नहीं दे सकते.
ম্যাম সেকেন্ডটা কি বললা মানে এই ব্ল্যাক যেটা দিয়ে এসে করছো?
See, what is basic thing is same. जिसके साथ कार्बोनिल ग्रुप रहेगा, the carbonyl group যার সঙ্গে থাকছে, that will attach with OH group. And if carbonyl group is not attached, then carbonyl carbon is converted into COH. So this carbon will convert into COH group, and carbonyl group, if it is attached with the ring, with the chain, then that will be attached with OH. First, that means both are converting into carboxylic acid. Clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what it's written. See, when I'm talking about the cleavage of C1C2, so this will convert into RCOH, see, RCOH, and if it is attached with the carbonyl group, along with the carbonyl group, that means R prime CH2 remains same, and then carbonyl carbon is converted into COH group. If bond between 2 and 3 is broken, so this segment will convert into carboxylic acid, RCH2COH, RCH2COH, and R prime with along the terminal carbon, that is CH2, will convert into carboxylic acid. So we are getting a mixture of 4 different acids. Clear? Everyone? Now, these 2 reactions, again, very, very important. As per your syllabus, you have to perform practically also in the lab. There's a reagent which was first formed by scientist Tollens. So it is called Tollens reagent. What is Tollens reagent? Nothing but freshly prepared ammoniacal silver nitrate solution. How does it make? Ammoniacal solution means NH4OH is added in silver nitrate solution. If this solution is added, a complex forms Ag NH3 whole 2 OH. This compound is formed from this mixture which is called Tollens reagent. So this Tollens reagent, in presence of a basic medium, alkaline medium, देखो यहाँ पे एक ही hydroxyl group है, but in this reaction there are 3 hydroxyl groups. The medium must be alkaline. So in presence of any alkali like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, this Tollens reagent converts the aldehyde group into carboxylic acid. Why H is missing? Because it's an alkaline medium. So iske saath the basic component will be present and you will get a precipitate of silver, which comes like a mirror in the test tube. Test tube mein kya hoga? Test tube mein you have to take aldehyde and you are adding Tollens reagent in presence of a base NOH. You will see that this silver is looking like a mirror. Kyunki silver will be deposited around the test tube. This silver will deposited around the test tube, which gives a mirror-like formation. That's why it is called silver mirror test. Remember, children, only aldehyde can react with a Tollens reagent, not the ketone. Only aldehyde on warming with Tollens reagent can give this, not ketone. Okay? That means this reaction can help us to identify aldehyde from ketone. Similarly, there is another reagent called Fehling's. Fehling's reagent basically a combination of 2 reagents, Fehling's A and Fehling's B. Component you have to memorize. Fehling's A contain aqueous copper sulfate solution and Fehling's B contain alkaline sodium potassium tartarate, commonly known as Rotsley salt. So the composition you have to memorize, children. Again, I'm telling you. A, aqueous copper sulfate. B, alkaline sodium potassium tartarate. This mixture produces cupric ion when there is aldehyde and basic medium. Again, aldehyde convert into salt and you are getting brown color precipitate of cuprous oxide. Same thing. Remember, only aldehyde gives this reaction. Only aldehyde on heating with Fehling's reagent produce this brown precipitate, indicating the presence of an aldehyde. If you have understood, let me find out how many of you can answer me. Write a chemical test between following pairs. One is acetaldehyde and acetone. Another one is acetaldehyde and propanaldehyde. So tell me, Shujan, you are going to tell me, how can you distinguish between acetaldehyde and acetone? To which reaction? John. Rupam. Am I audible to you all? John,
Yes, ma'am.
how can we distinguish between acetaldehyde and acetone? Which reagent?
With,
Right now we have discussed now.
yes, sir.
Which reagent this one? Tell me.
Silver nitrate.
Name of this reaction? Which reagent?
Silver nitrate and
Tollens reagent.
orange.
You can use Tollens, you can use Fellings. It's up to you which one you want to write. I've taken Tollens reagent.
Yes,
Parishmita, is it getting clear?
Yes,
Rupam?
ma'am.
Rupam? Rupam, is
Yes,
it clear?
ma'am.
So we have taken Tollens reagent. What will happen? Acetaldehyde convert into acetate ion. Silver will be deposited. Plus, what are the rest? Component were used to form C. Used to get water and ammonia. So same thing you have to write again. So you have to memorize this reaction. You may not balance the equation. That's not an issue. Okay. So you have formation of silver. Either. Same reagent. Always remember, whenever you are distinguished between the pairs, you have to use the same component on heating. No characteristics observation. So clearly you could make out जहाँ पे आपका silver mirror मिला वो aldehyde, जहाँ पे नहीं मिला that is ketone. But second case में देखिए तो दोनों में मैंने aldehyde दिया. Can we use any of the reagent to distinguish between these two? Ashmita, can I use this same reagent?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I use Tollens or Fellings to distinguish between these two aldehyde, acetaldehyde and propanaldehyde?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I use? Both are aldehyde. Don't you think both will form the silver mirror?
Yes, ma'am.
Then how am I distinguish between both the aldehyde? Because one should perform, one should not. But both is reacting. How can you distinguish which one is acetaldehyde, which one is propanaldehyde? जैसे यहाँ पे acetaldehyde react किया, I can tell you. जहाँ पे silver mirror form हुआ, that is acetaldehyde. जहाँ पे form नहीं हुआ, that is acetone. Sujan, can we use the same reagent?
Oh, ma'am.
We cannot use this reagent. Then which reaction we have to use? For that, we have another reaction that is called, this is called haloform reaction. Haloform reaction. For haloform reaction, you know what we use? We use any halogen. So it can be chlorine, it can be bromine, it can be iodine. Specifically, we use iodine more in presence of our base sodium hydroxide. Why we use iodine? Because in that case, the haloform which will form, that is called iodoform. अगर chlorine होगा chloroform, bromine होगा bromoform, iodine होगा iodoform. That is comes out as a solid yellow color PPT. That's why we preferably use iodine instead of chlorine and bromine. बाकी केस में liquid होता है, colorless होता है. Only iodoform is yellow color crystalline precipitate. How the reaction takes place? This reactions के लिए the most important part is there must be a ketomethyl group. Please write down these things. Haloform reaction. Specifically, we use iodine in presence of NaOH because it produces yellow crystalline PPT. Okay, this is a reagent. And which component is give the reaction with haloform reaction? Remember, presence of a ketomethyl group is mandatory. What is happening this side doesn't matter. It can be aldehyde, it can be keto. But presence of keto and methyl group is mandatory for haloform reaction. I'll repeat again. If you have a ketomethyl group, only those components react with iodine and NaOH to form which compound I'll show you. See, there is a ketomethyl group. Another side may be alkyl, maybe hydrogen. That means it may be ketone, maybe aldehyde. If you treat this compound with iodine in presence of NaOH, this part gets dissociated to form, comes out as yellow PPT. Rest part, that is C double bond O, R prime or H, convert into O negative sodium salt of respective carboxylic acid. Why? Because there is a base, right? Along with what else you are going to get? See, we are going to get the iodoform and sodium salt of carboxylic acid. Okay? So as I told you, balancing is not important. So it comes out as a yellow PPT. Okay? Now, Rupam, you are going to tell me. Rupam, unmute yourself. Now you tell me acetaldehyde and propanaldehyde. I'll write the structure. Which one will give you the iodoform reaction? This is acetaldehyde and this is propanaldehyde. Which one will give the yellow PPT if I treat both with iodine and NaOH?
Second one.
Second one or first one? Which one has ketomethyl group? Ketomethyl group. I'm showing you again.
First one.
First one. This one has a ketomethyl group. So this will react to give you CHI3 plus rest part. Rest part means H, C double bond O, O negative, Na positive. So this is comes out as a yellow PPT. This is called iodoform. In this case, there is no ketomethyl group, so no reaction. No characteristic observation.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, what is exactly ketomethyl group? Like CH3C?
CH3 is a methyl group and this is a keto group.
Okay, ma'am.
That's why it is called. ये वाला पार्ट जो है ये कुछ भी हो सकता है. एल्डिहाइड ग्रुप हो सकता है, कार्बन कंटेनिंग ग्रुप हो सकता है. लेकिन ये वाला पार्ट इज मैंडेटरी. कीटोमिथाइल ग्रुप रहना मैंडेटरी है iodoform reactions के लिए. So see, if you see in your book, it must be written also. देखिए, aldehyde and ketones having at least one methyl group linked to the carbonyl carbon. Clear? This is called ketomethyl group. Reacts with the sodium hypohalide, or you can say sodium in presence of respective halogen. एंड द रिएक्शन सी, अगर डबल बॉन्ड हो कुछ भी हो, कहीं पे भी कोई चेंजेस नहीं होता है, सिर्फ अगर कीटो मिथाइल ग्रुप है, वो वाला सेगमेंट से मिथाइल ग्रुप आयोडोफॉर्म बना के निकल जाएगा एंड कीटो मिथाइल ग्रुप के जगह में ONA आ जाएगा, बस यही चेंजेस होगा। तो डबल बॉन्ड हो, ट्रिपल बॉन्ड हो, कोई आपको देखने का जरूरत नहीं है। अगर कीटो मिथाइल ग्रुप है, मिथाइल ग्रुप एंड कीटोन, उसमें आपका आयोडोफॉर्म या हाइड्रोफॉर्म रिएक्शंस पॉजिटिव हो गया। क्लियर एवरीवन? इस टाइप का न्यूमेरिकल्स आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, आई विल डिस्कस इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास। पहले आप लोग खुद से ट्राई कीजिए, देन आई विल डिस्कस इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास। इस टाइप का न्यूमेरिकल्स भी इस बार आएगा। ऑर्गेनिक न्यूमेरिकल्स तो नहीं बोलते, ऑर्गेनिक प्रॉब्लम्स बोलते हैं इसको। तो अप टू दिस वी हैव कंप्लीटेड टिल ऑक्सीडेशन रिएक्शन तक हम लोग का हो गया है। मैंने होमवर्क मार्क करके दिया, अभी मैं ग्रुप में भी लिख के दे रही हूँ। तो ऑल ऑफ यू कंप्लीट द होमवर्क एंड सेंड इट, ठीक है? So I'll wind up the reaction now.